it's not also easy to speak after so many nice presentations, but the beauty is that all the technical issues will have been dealt with, so I have no trouble trying to explain certain things in detail because they have already been explained. My name is Simpemba from the Copperbelt University. The presentation we are making today was jointly prepared by myself. Ingrid Katoti is a former student of the Copperbelt University. She did some field work, and Dixon Chembe from School of Engineering at the Copperbelt University. So I'll present on challenges of solar energy utilization in Zambia, experiences and lessons learned from Kitwe. You see, it is slightly different from what is in the program. There it talks about mini grid, but I didn't find a justification to talk about mini grids. So our presentation will look at the background information, the solar energy utilization, which is the main issue here, and then we'll discuss hindrances of solar energy implementation. We'll draw out some recommendations from what has been done, and a very brief conclusion made. So I think on issues of background, everything has been explained from the previous speakers. I won't labor much on that one, but I just want to emphasize that Zambia is facing a very serious energy challenge at the moment. The power deficit as a result of low rainfall. From the government point of view, they will call the cause as climate change. But this is also due to high dependence on hydroelectricity, lack of using of energy mix. So depend on one source. When it faces a calamity, then you are in trouble. Yeah, so our installed capacity, the power generating stations are also old. They talk about the Kariba Dam, they talk about cracks, so they can't operate to capacity, and that is contributing to these energy challenges that we're having. So there's urgent need to have some of them replaced or seriously modified. And because of the load shedding that we have been experiencing, I think most of us Zambians are looking at possibilities of diversifying the energy mix so that we just don't use hydropower, but we look at other alternatives such as solar energy, especially for things like lighting, water heating, and running of small electrical appliances. We are very privileged to have long hours of sunshine and sufficient energy per day of about 5.5 kilowatt per square meter per day. And long, Zambia is here somewhere there over 2,000 hours of sunshine. So there's no reason why we cannot utilize solar energy. Well, despite having all these advantages, having enough solar irradiance, solar power utilization has not been well attended to, so it has not been given the needed attention. I hope that this workshop will rekindle the ability to advance in the use of solar energy. Generally, in the Scientific region, we face the same problems, lack of participation of independent power producers, because here in Zambia, ZESCO wants to monopolize, so if you have excess energy, you can't sell it to their grid. Policies must change for that to start taking place. So harnessing solar energy sometimes becomes a challenge if it is available, but you cannot sell as an independent producer. Okay, so some developments that have taken place in Kitwe. The Copperbelt Energy Corporation has installed a 1 megawatt solar power plant near the Copperbelt University. And I think they are supplying it to ZESCO. Not sure whether they are supplying to their own grid or they are supplying to ZESCO, not quite sure. They are currently completing a 40 megawatt solar power plant in Ganaton, in Kitwe, and I think it will soon be commissioned so that it will begin to supplement electric energy to our grid. That's just a picture of the system at the Copperbelt University. We didn't capture all of it, but maybe we were interested in showing the company and the duster. So, there are many things that we are using solar energy for in Kitwe according to our survey. That we have a number of solar hammer mills dotted. I think there are about 3 of them in Kitwe, but the government earmarked about 2,000 solar hammer mills under the presidential initiative. Those were there in the November workshop. I think I presented about this and the challenges that the people running these hammer mills are facing. So in this blue house, you find this Chinese-made solar hammer mill, which the government has bought at quite a huge cost. So these are being run by cooperatives, and they are using them to generate some income for themselves. Then we also have people resorting to heating water using solar geysers. And we have issues of lighting because of the load shedding, 12 hours per day. So if you are shaded in the night, then you simply have no lighting the whole night. And so you must find a way to light your home, to charge your phones, if you want to watch TV and radio. So MTN, I think, partnered with some company, and they have produced some home solar system, which has a battery with an embedded inverter in there. What this can do is it can charge phones. I think you can charge up to 4 or 6 phones at a time. And then it comes with a radio, a solar radio, so you can charge the radio, and when it is fully charged, you can play it for about 6 hours. There's also another system which has a TV, a small TV, which comes pre-installed with the, what is this ZNBC partner? Star Times. Yeah. So it is the prescription is for 1 year. When you buy this system, you have 1 year subscription for Star Times. So a lot of people in Kitwe have resorted to this system because then they are assured of lighting in the night. They can keep their phones running, and they can watch TV, and they can listen to the radio even when ZESCO has decided to withdraw its labor from them. In general, the common uses of solar energy in Kitwe, we have one for home lighting, water pumping. Saro Agro is supplying a system for solar pumping. I think it's a 12-watt system. It has 2 solar panels, the whole system for generating electricity to run what do you call this? The submersive pumps, yes. So this system can push the water up to like 12 meters up and maybe 500 meters on a horizontal surface. So those who are doing irrigation are resorting to getting this from Saro Agro. And the beauty about it is that they can buy this system on a government loan from the Public Service Microfinance. Then people are also powering small electrical appliances like TV, radios, phones, shaving machines. Because of the load shedding, barber shops are in trouble. When you are load shedded during the day, then you can't do your business. So some of them have resorted to buying small solar panels, charge the battery, and they run their shaving machines. We also seen a number of people heating the water using solar geysers, and the common one, the ancient one, is drying things. A lot of things are dried on solar. We also did a survey to look at the different brands which are on the market in terms of solar batteries, solar panels, and inverters. So we have a range of products which are supplied by different companies. We also did a survey to look at the different companies that have been registered by the Energy Regulation Board, because some of them are not registered and it is recommended that you don't buy from them. But anyway, they still get things from China and sell. Okay, now I want to briefly look at the hindrances. What challenges people have faced in terms of utilizing solar energy. I think the biggest one is lack of technical information, as it has been explained by our able engineer in that nice presentation. This one is a big challenge, and I think, okay, we see UNZA is doing something, so Mulungushi, Kwame Nkrumah, CBU, we are seriously challenged to produce technical information so that people can make right decisions. We have issues of not having trained people to do installations. So one, many people don't know what kind of solar system to buy. They don't know who is going to install it for them. So that information is lacking. Another one is lack of favorable policies. We have issues of feed-in tariffs, they are not there. Renewable energy portfolio standards, not readily available. People are not certified to supply energy, and so on. We know that if you want to use solar, the initial cost is quite prohibitive, it's high. And the problem is that we don't have a system to provide low-cost, long-term financing. Banks want collateral, and many people are not in formal employment, so they cannot get a loan. So they are put out of the system. Of course, we did a survey with banks. Banks are willing to start providing loans, but there are those conditions that people cannot meet. So also we have issues. We do produce very nice policies in Zambia. We have the energy policy with a lot of good writing, but implementation is a problem. Failure to implement the policies that we develop after spending so many time, taking so many workshops to come up with a nice policy, but there's no implementation, no funding to implement the things that we have proposed in our policies. Skilled manpower, I think we have talked about this. Another challenge is that we lack local solar manufacturing industries. So every solar panel that you want to use must be imported. All thanks to the government, because they have zero-rated the importation of solar energy equipment. But that's not enough. We need to find a way to begin to manufacture it locally. That way we also empower our own industries. So we draw some recommendations from the survey that we did, that research on local materials for production of local solar panels needs to be done, so that maybe in the medium term we can see some Zambian companies producing solar panels. Training institutions, we need to intensify training of technical people who can assist in the implementation of solar energy systems and help our people. The energy sector, I avoided to put government there because they are always throwing things on government, but they are embedded in the energy sector. And universities, we need to develop favorable policies which can also be implemented, and also allow for independent power producers, so that if you install power on your roof, if you are producing in excess, you should be able to supply to the main grid. Another thing is if it is possible to create deliberate incentives to finance solar energy systems. If banks give loans, maybe they can get some incentives from the Bank of Zambia or anything like that. And to just conclude, that I promised that I'll leave some minutes for the master of ceremonies. Utilization of solar energy is not highly affected by climate change. We know in some way it is affected, but not that highly as compared to hydropower, because if there is no rain, there is no production of electricity. There is a desire for people to utilize solar energy technologies as a result of what we have experienced recently, heavy load shedding. So everyone is trying to look for a solution for that, so that they can watch their favorable teams, they can charge their phones, and they can light their homes. We need to have right policies put in place so that we can attract locals to participate in the utilization of solar energy. Research funding is required if we have to do meaningful research to produce the technical information which is lacking, and also look at the possible local materials that can be used for production of solar panels. That's our short presentation. Thank you.
I think you have been seated for so long.